Yo, what up? This your boy Max at a Pound for Pound, and welcome to this tutorial video. I am the MPC. So the next thing you're gonna learn is pretty much you have your volume here, and you have your gain. Gain is basically, and I'm pretty sure y'all know this, but this is basically what it's gonna tell you is how high you want the record level to be. If it fits off a record, you usually want to turn it up pretty nice to make sure that it covers the area would trigger that, and we'll get into that. But more, like I said, you have your volume and you have your gain, which will let you listen to, which will show you the actual volume of whatever you're recording. Alright, so now you're basically in shift forward sampling. You have the option here, depending on how you want to sample. You can go over to here. You can record in mono. If you're recording on floppies, I recommend doing that. You can do it on your left channel or your right, or in stereo, the way I usually sample in. You have your monitor, which basically is this option here. Just shows you, what you're able to see or what you can't see. It will show you under off or on. Your pre-count, basically when it'll actually start recording for you, as opposed to when you actually hit record. The time is very important. Depending on how big you're gonna sample. If you're gonna sample drums, usually you want to do maybe 1 or 2 on here. It's pretty much the length of what it's going to record. If you're recording sampling into it, and it's a whole sequence, you can definitely want to go ahead and, either you can turn the wheel, or you can go down to your keys and input whatever, what you want to do, hit enter, and it'll sample it just like that. I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that because that's what I'm going to do. Threshold is very important. A lot of people, if the music plays and it's not loud enough, it won't cross the threshold. Basically what that means, if you put it into record, it doesn't cross this area here, it's not going to trigger it to start. So you can actually do this to it, which is, you go ahead and cancel out of that. You can change the when it's going to start. So the minute that sample gets to that level, it'll record, and it'll go from start. At a point where it's going to start, it'll say stop. That basically means you're recording, and you can stop at any time and see what exactly it's going to be for you. Alright, so what you want to do before you hit start, you want to go ahead and check your level on it and see what kind of volume you get on it. Alright, so what you want to see is, okay, so we got a nice volume on here. You can go up on your gain, bring it up a little higher. Alright, so I'm going to do it right there. I got a good volume right there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually record a sequence. Well, not a sequence. I'm going to record the sample into it. Go ahead and arm it for record. F6. Alright, so now that your sample is done, it's giving you an option to retry. If you don't like the volume on it, you can do that. It gives you an option of play, which if you can see here, you have F4, lets you play, or you want to keep. Now you see where it's highlighted here where it says assigned note. It's pretty much, if you want to go ahead and assign it to a pad, you definitely can. You can hit any of the pads, it'll just tell you which pad you put it on. Sometimes I just kind of toggle. I'll leave it like that for now, since I'm going to show you how to assign it to a pad and everything. But that is the quickest way. But once you chop it up and everything, it'll be a whole different world. So we'll leave it at that. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead and keep it. And what you want to do is you want to go and get out of that screen right there. Hit your main screen. Alright. Now, back to the basics once again. You want to go F5. Okay, F5 is going to basically show you your sequence, pretty much your loop of your sample. There's a couple of different options under here that you can do for it. I try to be as thorough as I can on everything. Alright, So now you have the wave there. You have F6, which will play it for you. Alright, now there's a couple of things that you can do with this option. Alright, let's see here. Alright, I'm going to make a copy of that sound just because I'm going to show you a couple of different things that might require me to go ahead and pretty much the looping, trimming, and anything like that. I'll cover the trim and the chop in the same option, but as far as the loop, it's always a different thing that you got to deal with. So let's go ahead and get to it. We are in trim mode at this moment. This is what you can do. There's our original sound. I'll use this one here that we got. Alright, so in trim mode you have your start, which is here, and then you have your end. Alright, so what you want to do is we'll go ahead and go to the start, and once again use your toggle wheel and you turn it up to your left side and you'll see the change on there. Alright, so based on that we can go ahead and turn our wheel and you'll see the beginning start moving there. Alright, you can go one more time and it'll change the speed or how fast you can do it. Alright, now you see how I'm hitting the keys. I'm hitting F6 and it's still showing the dead air in it, right? Alright. Alright, so basically what you want to do at that point is just hit the pads. You know, that'll definitely give you your starting point on that sample. Alright, so now we trimmed the front of it. You didn't hear the dead air that was in there, the record sound. So what you want to do is you want to go hit cut. What cut will do, it'll actually cut whatever's not highlighted on there. If you see the MPs here, which is just a little white area here. Basically, once you hit that, you can hit do, which is your F5. It'll tell you it's processing, and when the sample comes back in a waveform, it'll show you that that little piece is gone now. So you actually have trimmed, that sound, and you can use that in any sample that you do. That'll definitely help you kind of trim up the sounds, get your samples real tight. And this portion of it is the loop portion. You got your sound, you have your beginning, and your pretty much the length of the sample. You want to do is go ahead and put this on. It usually will be off. You put it on. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and start off with the length of the sample. You go ahead and just turn the wheel and just kind of start turning on there. Alright. Usually it will be over on this end. I already have made that move. Alright, so let's say I want to go ahead and sample that little portion there. Alright, now you have a sample there, and I know a lot of times your actual sound will be off just a little bit. Usually what you want to do is you can hit the open window at this point and it'll sample it. Alright, so now you have your start, which will be right about there, and then you have your length. When you switch over to length, it'll basically take you to that point. Alright, so you can, like I said, you can do zoom a couple of times. You can zoom out, bring pretty much shows your sample at a smaller point, and you can do editing closer like that. Alright, now what happens is you have your option 5. When you created your loop that you want, you have fit. Fit will basically create that loop for you. Alright, so alright, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and do, which is your F5. So now you have created that little loop right there, although you didn't name it, you didn't have any access to that. At this point, what you do is you hit your pad and you'll see just that certain thing play. Alright, Now that's not a perfect loop, but you get the picture. If you had, and you can keep doing this, adding it, pretty much messing with this until you get it correctly. All right, here's the fit again. We'll do it again. All right, so yeah, we get the point on that. And let's see here. Go ahead, fit. There we go. And that's how you do the loop option.